Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Hope everyone was doing great. Now in today's Jira Cloud automation tutorial, we're going to explore one of the most useful automation features when working with related work items. And specifically, I'll show you how to automatically copy comments from one issue to its linked issues. Now, this is extremely useful when multiple work items are connected and you want everyone working on related issues to stay informed without manually updating each and every one of them. Now, to understand why this is valuable, let's consider a simple example. Imagine you're working on a bug that is blocking several other development tasks. Now, every time someone adds an important update to that particular bug, the developers working on the blocked issues also need to know about it as well. Now, normally, you would have to open every linked issue and manually copy the same comment into each and every one of them. As the number of linked issues grows, this quickly becomes repetitive, time consuming, and prone to multiple mistakes. Now, fortunately, Jira automation can handle this entire process for us quite easily. Now, let's build the automation rule that will enable us to do this uh, together. Now, we'll begin by navigating to our project settings, the space settings, and then going towards our automations. Now, there is one important thing that I'd like to tell you is that if you have linked issues that span into multiple workspaces, you can just um, go to your profile picture, then go to your account settings. Okay, my bad, not your account settings. You can go to your settings, and then from here you can go to systems, and then from here you can go towards global automation and build a global rule that consists of those tasks and those multiple spaces present inside your whole Jira workspace. So for today, we're not going to build an global automation because my Jira workspace that I'm using as a tutorial workspace does not actually contain any global or multiple spaces. So I'll simply go into my settings, space settings, and then create an automation. Now, what we want our automation to do is that whenever someone actually comments on a work item, that same comment should also be displayed into the linked issues as well. So from a trigger, we want a trigger that says that is related to comments. Okay, I don't want to create bug. Comment edited work item commented. We want this work item commented trigger and comment type. Okay, we don't need to do, we just need all comments and click on next. Now, whenever a work item is commented on, this issue will be triggered. Now, what we want next is that, okay, let's pause there for a second. Now, at this point, if we simply add an action, Jira will only perform that action on the issue where the comment was added. However, our goal is different from that as a whole because we want Jira to perform actions on the issues that are linked to this particular one. Now, this is where one of the most powerful automation components comes into play, which is this branch rule. Now, we click on branch. What this branch rule does is it allows the automation to temporarily switch its focus from the trigger issue to another issue that's related to it in some way. Now, we want to click on branch flow / related work item. Now, these related issues could be subtasks, they could be parents or children or stories or epics or all created work items and or whatnot. There are multiple issues. Now, what we want our this a branch rule to select is a linked work item. A linked work item. Yeah. So we click on linked work item and a link types. Now we can choose any link type, but since I'm going to create a linked work items with the blocks condition, or just give me a second to think properly. I'm pretty sure I am going to use blocks condition. This issue blocks that issue. Yeah. Okay. So we've created our linked only include work item that have changes since the last. No, we don't need to do that. Now click on next and our branch is created. Now we want to add in an action. Now we'll choose the add comment action. Why? Because we want our linked items to display this comment that triggered this automation. We click on action. We go to comment, edit comment, comment on work item. Okay. So now we'll be using some smart values so that the comment actually contains useful information about the original issue as well. So first, I'd like to mention which update or which issue the update actually came from. Now, to do that, I'll simply use uh, issue updated. Now, the smart value that we are going to use, let's say we were working on this particular issue. Normally, we would, since we want the issue key, we would have done this. We would have written issue.key. But this issue inside our smart value is talking about the issue that we're currently on. That is the linked work item. Now, this will give us the issue key of our linked issue, not the original issue that triggered the workflow. So what we're going to write is a trigger issue. Now this gives us also the I in issue is capital. All right, trigger issue. Now this will give us the issue key of the issue of the work item that triggered this automation. That is our original issue or our original bug. Now Now, using trigger issue, this allows us to continue referencing our original issue even after switching context or even after switching our branch. Now, next, I'd like to uh, include the actual comment down here. So we'll create another section that is last comment, and then we'll write in another smart value that is trigger issue dot comments dot last dot body. Now, if you remember correctly, we have talked about this part of the smart value once before in our videos. So this whole smart value, what it does is that it retrieves the text of the most recent comment that was added to the original issue. Now, by combining these both of these smart values, we can generate a dynamic comment such as now issue updated, the issue key of that particular issue, and followed by the actual comment that was entered by the user itself. Now, since this comment is configured, also we don't need to add any actions in our main branch because we only wanted to work on our linked issues. So this, since this is configured, let's click on next. First, let's check whether if there are any sort of spelling mistakes or not. Class.body. All right, now let's click on next and let's save it with some meaningful name. Let's say sync comments. All right, now let's turn on the flow. And for this to actually work, we'll have to duplicate. We're going to duplicate. We did not have to, but we are going to duplicate. And now, since you duplicated, let it load. Well, never mind. We don't need to let it load. We're going to Jira. And we're going to choose some random bug. Let's say uh, bug one. And here we're going to link it to multiple other issues. Due date, let's leave that. Where is the link option? Sprint label. Okay, linked work items. Blocks. We have to make sure that our condition is set to blocks because that is the type of condition that we're using inside our branch. So blocks, and then just let's choose Scrum 12 and then Scrum 9. So these two are the link issues that are blocked by our bug one. Now let's link both of them. They're both linked, and let's open them separately. Let's go back. Let's open both of these issues inside our new tab. Open link in your tab. Open link in your tab. All right. So we've opened both of these issues so that we can easily test our workflow. Now, not our workflow. I keep on saying workflow. That is a wrong term. This is an automation. Sorry for that. All right. So we are going to test our automation by typing in some sort of comment. Let's say, hello, I want this comment to be displayed in the link issues. So we wrote our comment, and that's it. We don't really have any other conditions. And now let's say if there was a condition that this particular issue that is triggering our automation has to be bug. So we'd have to make sure that our Scrum 17 is a bug, and it already is a bug. But yeah, let's say if there was some other additional conditions, we'd have to make sure of that. But there is only one condition, that is the type of the linked work items should be blocks. Now, since we've written our comment, let's save it. It's saved, and these two issues should have been updated by now. All right, our automation worked. Issue updated, it gave us the issue key, that is a Scrum 17 bug 1, that is the issue key of our trigger issue. And then it gave us the last comment, which was, hello, I want this comment to be displayed in the linked issues. And I'm pretty sure this work item should also have the same comment. Issue updated, last comment, 28 seconds ago and 7 seconds ago. Okay. All right. Yeah, we can validate easily that our comment or that our automation is actually working. Now, one important concept to remember from today's tutorial is the difference between issue and trigger issue. Now, outside a branch rule, both of these usually refer to the same issue because, but however, once you enter a branch rule, issue changes to represent the linked issue currently being processed, while trigger issue always continues to represent the original issue that started the whole automation. Now, understanding this distinction is essentially when building more advanced automation, is quite essential for building more advanced automation rules. Now, although we have demonstrated this using blocked issues, the same concept works with many other relationships, as you could see here inside our automation that there was quite a number of link types here. That is, it's clone by, it's duplicated, relates to, clones, duplicates, etc., etc., etc. Now, you can synchronize these comments between parent and child issues, or you can also update epics whenever, let's say, stories are changed, or notify the linked bugs whenever a task is completed, and many other things. Now, these branch rules are one of the most versatile features available in Jira automation. And once you understand them, you'll be able to build much more powerful workflows. Now, that brings us to the end of this tutorial. We've learned how to automatically synchronize comments across linked issues using issue commented trigger, and branch rules and smart values like the trigger issue dot key and the smart value that displays the last comment inside your trigger issue. Now, I hope this tutorial was helpful and helped you understand not only how to build this automation, but also why branch rules are such an important part of Jira automation. Now, if you found this video helpful, please consider liking our video and sharing it with someone who might also find this video helpful. And if you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing and hit that bell icon so you're always informed about our latest videos on a vast variety of topics. If you're interested in any kind of Forge apps for your workspaces, uh, check out the link in the description. We have a couple of apps down there, so you can choose whichever you want based on your own preferences. Now, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll hope to see you in the next one. Till then, thank you and bye bye.